Between you and me, I went there the first time and then I went back a second time. And yes, I made purchases both times that I was there. So. Hey there, collectioneers. I'm so glad to see you today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So glad to see you for the first time today. And if you're returning, thanks so much for coming back for another video. I really appreciate it. In today's video, I wanted to tell you about my visit to Booster Packs and More. Goodness, Beth, it's called Booster Packs and Beyond. This is what this whole video is about. Booster Packs and Beyond. Which is long overdue because I did this back in November. I had seen a couple of channels, paging Mr. Morrow and Fiasco, both have done trips, reviews. I'll link all of those down below. They did a fabulous job when they went there, hence me wanting to go there and check it out for myself, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It's just a treasure trove. You could literally spend hours in there, and that's what I did. Their staff is phenomenal. I had such a great time talking with the ladies that were working there. So I really tried to limit myself with my purchases. You could get so carried away in there. They have so many various things. The pins in and of themselves are like drop to the floor and just revel in all the glorious pins that you see. You know, some of those pins I've never seen in person. It was just lovely to be able to look at them and see them in their cases. Just a lot of fun just checking them all out. I'm going to insert some footage that I took while I was there in the store. I didn't record the sound because there were a lot of tunes playing that I knew I would get in trouble for as far as copyright strikes. So I'm going to insert my own music. I'll let you kind of look and see what they have when I was there in November before I share with you what I purchased while I was there. Okay, you would agree with me. They just have so much. And the thought of them having even more is like calling my name from Florida. I have to go back. So I would suggest if you have the chance, go over there and check them out, because it's like a museum and a shop, and their prices are phenomenal. Most of the pins that I saw, I couldn't get over just how reasonably priced they were, so I really had to limit myself on what all I purchased, and it was hard. It was hard work. Going on to the stuff that I got there while I was visiting, in the random category, I picked up these ears, and I'll try to give you prices. I think I have one receipt left. I don't know if I have both, so, but I'll look for the info as much as I can and put it down there below for you as I'm showing you the stuff that I got. So I'm not quite sure what year these came out. I'm gonna guess these were 2017s, because I know they have a very similar style that I got a pair of in 2018 when I visited during the holiday season. And I do believe that these were about $14.99, which again, really reasonable. So I was excited to have these, and I actually wore them to the Christmas party, and I really enjoyed them. Sticking with the Christmas items that I got, it's just one of those hand gel holders, but I adored this Mickey and Minnie with the plaid details. I'm a sucker for plaid. I've said it before ad nauseum. So and it's still got the hand sanitizer in it, and I'm lucking out on this one. It was $6. It still has the price tag on it. I was happy to get this guy, and I'm going to continue to use it for many Christmases to come. Since I'm doing random items, first off, I thought I would include this Harry Potter keychain, and I am a proud Hufflepuff, so I know that, you know, Hufflepuffs, they get some teasing from some other houses that shall not be named, but wow, and I'm just noticing this has a Primark sticker on it, which is shocking to me. For some reason, I assumed that with it being down in Orlando, this would have come from the Wizarding World, but in fact it came from Primark, which is amazing. But at any rate, going back, the price on this was $12. I thought it was a fair price. I'm not quite sure what it was offered as far as a regular price, but I was happy to get it. They had all 4 houses, but I wanted to show off my Hufflepuff pride, and so here is my Hufflepuff keychain. Okay, and before I move into my pins, I thought that I would stick with some of the random little items that I got while I was there. They have a ton of binders that they have little cards that are from various things, and I was so excited to see them. They were at very reasonably priced. So the first card that I got is from the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. I've never played the game. I would really like to, but Prince Philip and Samson, they're 2 of my favorites from Sleeping Beauty, and I adore the pose of both of them on this card. I just fell in love with it. So I was really happy to find that in the binder. And another favorite character of mine that you don't see very often is, of course, the Headless Horseman. Again, I love the graphics on these cards. The designs are just gorgeous. I adored this card as soon as I laid eyes on it. And then the final card that I found from the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom set is this Clawhauser, and I am sure that this guy was offered at the Halloween party. But I love this little picture of Clawhauser giving out some donuts to trick-or-treaters that we saw in the movie. It's just too cute. Sticking with the Headless Horseman, they had these movie poster cards of Disney animated features. This was number 11, and it gives some information on the back about the feature itself. And this was the movie poster from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which includes the Headless Horseman, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which I absolutely adore. So I was so glad to find this in the binder, and I snapped it up. And then this is the final card that I got out of those binders that they have. It's number 16, and it's of course the movie poster for Sleeping Beauty. And once again, it's got information on the back of the card regarding the animated feature, and I just loved the vintagey design of it. Just a couple of more random things before I get to my pins. I got this postcard of all of the villains, and I thought it would go fantastically with my shadow box I do for Halloween every year. I love the picture of all of them. You don't often see designs with every single villain almost that you could think of, but here it is, and I just thought it was glorious, so had to snap this up, and I think it was just a few dollars. And then the final thing that I got as far as random things that aren't pins is this postcard from Walt Disney World, the parks. And it is actually a postcard, and the interesting thing about this is it's, well, number one, it's a pop-up card, so you can kind of see on the back that all the little characters kind of pop out and make for a little kind of diorama, which is so cool. But the neat thing about this is I saw this at our resort. We stayed at the Pop Century, and I was over in the gift shop and I saw it and I fell in love with it, and I almost purchased it. But it was, you know, $4.99, and I thought for a piece of paper, even with my annual pass holder discount, I thought it was a bit pricey because it's kind of a flimsy card. It's not really, you know, a heavy postcard. But I saw it over there for a fraction of the cost, and I was happy to find it, especially since I almost purchased it at full price. Okay, so now getting into the pins that I purchased. They do have a lot of those pins that are from mystery sets that you might be missing. That was the case for me with a few of these first ones that I'm going to show you. I would have loved to have gotten more, but they just didn't have the exact ones that I was looking for. But you can bet when I go back, I'll be looking over there at their stock again, because I'm sure they're going to get them in. So this first pin that I got is from, and I forget the name of the series. I know that it was just those little random packs that you purchased in the gift shops. They always got you because they were right by the register, you know. I needed a lady to complete my set of dogs, and then I needed Figaro for the cat side of this collection. This is a little random guy. I collect holiday pins, and I do New Year's, and New Year's is kind of hard to get, so I kind of mix it up. For that shadow box, I do winter pins, and I also do clocks and that sort of thing to kind of denote New Year's. I have all of these with the exception of Oswald. I didn't have him. I got him to complete that set. And then finally, in the category of pins that I needed to complete a set, this is Bolt, and these were all hidden Mickeys. I needed Bolt, so I was glad to see that they had him, so of course I had to get him. This is in the category of just random pins that I need to find a name for. I'm not quite sure, but I thought that this would go beautifully in a Thanksgiving shadow box that I have. I just love the colors and the plaid and the Mickey head. In the category of my holiday pins that I collect that don't have years, I was thrilled to see this adorable thumper and a little chick and a little Easter egg that goes on this. It actually has the card, but I love even the backer card. It's just so cute and pastel-y and just very Easter-ish. If that's a word. So I love the fact that they didn't put a year on it. It goes perfectly in my Easter shadow box. This little guy was a little more pricey than the rest of them, and he was $24. Because I can still see the price tag on the back, so that makes that easy. This was part of a surprise set that I believe they released. There are, I think, two other ones for this set. There's Pluto and there's Tramp from Lady and the Tramp, but they were all in this kind of autumn foliage pile of leaves. And I adore dogs. I adore the fall, so I had to do this series, and he was the last one that I needed. So now I have this complete set. I'm really happy that I found him. Sticking with the fall shadow box that I do, I thought this was so cute, and I think it's just a rack pin of Piglet and Pooh. It's got a slider element with Pooh. Again, perfect for autumn, and I'll enjoy putting this in my shadow box for that season. Here was a 2018 offering, and again, I was there in November, so this will give you an idea that they do have very recent things in their collection for you to purchase, and at very reasonable prices. So I was glad to get this one of Mickey and Minnie in their Halloween costumes. And then I was so happy to find this one. This is from the 2017 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I was there for that one, and I opened a couple of these mystery Halloween party pins while I was there. And Huey, Dewey, and Louie are part of a favorite of mine. The little short trick-or-treat with their Uncle Donald, and he's up to no good, and Witch Hazel has to intervene. And I love that short so much because it falls right into the category of ghosts and spooky things that I adore, with Disney especially. And I had been watching this on eBay for quite some time, and it was around $60, and I could not do it at that price. I just couldn't do it. But this was the one that I really, really wanted, and I found it there for $20. $20. So I snapped it up, and I was so happy to do it. And the final two pins that I have to share with you are both from the short Lonesome Ghosts. I received a Jim Shore figure for Christmas for that short, and I absolutely love it. And these two pins will go perfectly in my Lonesome Ghost collection. This one is still on the backer card, and it's of Goofy and that scene of him and the ghost in the mirror. It's just a classic scene from that. I love it. And this was $22, and I thought it was a very reasonable price for something that you just don't see that often. It's a very thick pin. I took it off of its backer card so that I could share with you the little turning element. It's got just straight out of the film itself, the ghost is sticking his tongue out at him on this side, and then on this side he's just looking at him, and Goofy of course is confused because they don't know that they're looking directly at ghosts, so kind of funny. And then the final pin that I'm going to share with you that I got there is again from Lonesome Ghosts, and it really mirrors that Jim Shore figure that I got for Christmas, which is so fun. It's Mickey in his little kind of Sherlock outfit, and he's got that ghost following right dead on his heels. And this is a very heavy pin. You can see how thick it is, and it actually has this little easel that you can stand it up and display it that way, and because it's actually on a little easel itself. It's got two pin prongs on the back, and it's super heavy and super high quality, and they were selling this for only $14.99. And that just blows me away, just the reasonable prices that they have on these things. I just absolutely adore it. Again, it's something that you don't often find merchandise for, so I was just thrilled to see it. So that is my experience. I would highly recommend, if you have the time, go over and check it out. Like I said, it's like a museum in and of itself. I think you're really going to enjoy seeing what they have over there. I can't wait to go back. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you liked it, if you could give me a thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate that, and subscribing and commenting as well. I just appreciate it all so much. Leave me a comment down below. Let's keep the conversation going. Do you collect any of the things that I collect that I've shown you here in the video, or just pick out a favorite item and share that with me? I would love to talk with you more in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, I hope that you stick around for more videos in the future. If you're returning, of course, I appreciate you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in more videos to come. So until next time, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.